Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Fox98 here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2021 Road to Mercedes. We're here for round number 2 of season number 2, and we're here for the Chinese Grand Prix. Obviously, a new track that I put onto the calendar because I got rid of the Japanese Grand Prix to put the Chinese Grand Prix on because the Japanese Grand Prix, I just hate it with a passion. So we're just going to let it settle on the side a little bit. But if you had enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. And here's the Drivers' Championship, by the way. It's a bit of a spoiler alert. We did actually win the previous round in Bahrain, but I've never raced at China before, so this could be a different little bit of a scenario for us. But we're going to get into the weekend, though, have a look at the laptop and see if any teams have made any upgrades before we move on to practice and quali. Right, so here we are then for the weekend itself. Looks like we're going to have a mixed condition for quali, so maybe some rain to come along the way. But having a look then at the R&D tree, it doesn't look like anyone's made any upgrades. No, in fact, no one has. Everyone has stayed the same. So we're pretty much in that fight with McLaren and Red Bull, but we've got lots of R&D points that I've saved up, so then we can press onwards then with upgrades towards the end of this episode, which is awesome. So I think AlphaTauri might have made an upgrade. I'm not really sure, but we're going to get straight into practice though, going straight into the quick practices because I can't be bothered to do them myself because I'm just quite frankly highly lazy. So yeah, we're going to get into these now. Complete that one. Awesome track acclimatization. Guess what? We'll complete this one too because we're just amazing, obviously, as you can see there. And then ERS management is the next one to do. 8 minutes to go and job done. Resource points acquired. I will see you for quali. Oh, there's been a yellow flag. It's for my teammate Stroll. Stroll's out. What's happened to? I haven't even finished my quali lap yet. What happened to Stroll? Let's back it up. Where is he? What's Stroll done? Here he is. Alright, so he's on the start-finish straight here. Is he just going to have an engine failure on the start-finish straight? No, he's not. He's going to... Oh! He's come straight into the path of Giovinazzi, who's come out of the pits. That's bad from Giovinazzi there. But Stroll... Oh, that's bad. Wow, so we've lost Stroll now from this quali session. That sucks. There we go then. Right, that's Q1 out of the way. Bottas has been given a grid penalty. Why has he got one now? So, Stroll, yeah, Giovinazzi got a grid penalty for the illegal blocking. Oh, wow, okay. But anyway, we got through Q1. As you can see, we had about 3 tenths in hand over Giovinazzi. So we're through into Q2. No time for Stroll, though. Russell gets through as well into Q2 there, so it's good effort from him. But yeah, that's it for Q1. Let's get to Q2. So it's an okay lap, but I'm just struggling a lot for confidence and grip. I feel like I've got a very nice front end, but like I'm just not. I've just got a loose rear end, and braking's becoming a trouble as well. So I'm probably gonna have to go for a second run, but there is rain on the way as well. So not too happy so far. Well, there we go then. We've made it through into Q3. That one lap was good enough because the rain actually came down then. So we didn't even need to go and set a second lap. Bottas there getting knocked out in Q2, which is a big shame for him. And he's got a 5-place grid penalty as well. So that's a poor afternoon for him. Fair play to Russell, actually. Great lap from him. But we make it through into Q3. We're currently in P8. On the back foot though, so hopefully we can make a few setup changes and try, well, from what we can do in Parc Ferme obviously, to try and propel up the order. That's a decent lap, P3. I don't think I've got enough fuel for another run. There we go, bit of an improvement. Made a mistake with the final corner there. A few mistakes actually here and around. Purple final sector though. There is some pace in this car. Yeah, it's not a good enough lap unfortunately. It's only P9. I couldn't improve. It's just too much of a scruffy lap. Honestly, looking at the conditions out there, I should have just gambled on a set of inters. Yeah, so there we go. Then you can see we only actually beat Pierre Gasly in the end. But I reckon if I took a set of inters out, it would have been worth the chance. But it is what it is. For this race, we're starting in P9. Still not a bad place to be, and we can definitely score some points.
The Chinese Grand Prix then is upon us once more. A race that saw Michael Schumacher claim his final Formula One victory in 2006. As well as Red Bull's first with Sebastian Vettel in 2009. There's no doubt we've got plenty more drama to come here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1, and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's discuss Red Bull. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Thomas and Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Russell, Mick Schumacher and Ocon, Latifi, Bottas, Christian Lundgaard and Nikita Mazepin. Stroll and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
We shall try and keep the momentum going, Jeff. It is a one-stop race here at China. Soft to the mediums. I might actually undercut and go undercut soft because I feel like it's probably going to be more beneficial because a lot of the teams are just going to flood in at the end of lap 4. So we'll see where we are in terms of positioning and we'll make our decision at that point. So let's get this race ready to go then, shall we? Most important thing to do. 5 lights here for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's do this. It's a good start. I just didn't make any positions up. Someone's coming steaming around the outside. I'm just going to tuck myself to the inside. Oh, I made contact with Perez then. That nearly went sour. Hamilton's had an awful start actually. Pole sitter drops to P3. Ricciardo's on my bum-bums. No way through on Perez. Clobbered the curb there. Someone's made contact further back. Or just a yellow.
Right, some information on Ricciardo. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
That's good because Ricciardo's right behind me and closing and getting towards DRS range. That's fine. I'll take that. I'm just trying to stay in DRS range of Perez, which we've done so. I don't think he's actually in DRS range of Leclerc ahead. I don't think he is. Alright. This should be good then for us. Yeah, he doesn't have the rear wing open, so we can close up on Sergio a bit now. Good. And the other guys are battling up the head now. That's deep. Shitting hell. Misjudged that braking point. Alright, here we go then. Time to pit. Apparently I picked up floor damage clearly. Shut up, game. Right, we're going to hold up some of these guys in the pits as well, which is going to be great. And he comes, look, and hold. Perfect. That's going to give us a little bit of time there. Verstappen loses out to Hamilton and all that as well. It's quite funny, actually.
Go, go, go.
And we're going to just squeeze on through. And hopefully close the gap now on these top 3 here, which is good. Norris stays out. Leclerc goes onto hard tyres. Weird choice.
Speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
I don't think we've jumped Perez. Oh, we have jumped Perez. It didn't look like we jumped him then. Well, the undercut's paid off then. We've jumped Sergio Perez. Norris is actually in front of Lewis. That's a bit of a shock. But we're a bit stuck right now in this race. I've got decent pace, but in the middle sector, I've got absolutely no pace whatsoever versus the AIs. They're so quick in the middle sector, they pull at least 6/10 out of me all the time. Nothing I can do about it. I'm going to drain the battery here and go for it on Charles, I think. Going to have to, otherwise I'm not going to make any places. They're 3 wide up ahead. Leclerc locks up. I'm going to tighten his apex. Go around the outside. Use the traction. Cut off his line. Job done. Let's go. Good move. Oh, they're 3 wide again up there, look.
Gap ahead is
Jesus.
5.7
Keep
seconds.
battling, actually. It'll help me.
Green flag.
Oh, we got a yellow flag in the background there. One of the Alpines. Is that Alonso? No, it's Ocon. It's going to be Esteban. I'm going to replay in a second. I've gone wide. My bad. Let's go and see what happened to Ocon. It's really kicking off at the front though. Max and Lewis are going for it. And I'm trying to hunt down Norris. Here it is. Oh, crappy angle. We'll get this angle here. There you go. Engine failure for Ocon on the straight there. That's a shame. He was doing quite well as well in the race. He was doing a good job. Ah, well. Bit of a shame that one. Rip Ocon. You'll be missed. I'm just outside of DRS though of Norris. Purple final sector. Just. It's a great exit onto the straight. This is going to be job done versus Lando. He's going to defend it. And around the outside. Job done. There we go. We're ahead of Norris. Bad exit. So put Norris on my bum.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.5
Here he comes.
seconds.
Yeah, he's not close enough. Oh, he's going to go for it. I've gone wide. Pitch his line. There we go. Perfect. Right, we're back up into P3. Well, up into P3 now even. Right, aim of the game now is to try and get Norris out of DRS, but I've used a lot of my ERS to actually get into DRS. So I should have really just followed Norris for a bit longer in DRS. Save some battery, but it's fine. We'll just have to be wary of that threat.
Fuel remaining.
Oh shit. That's not what I wanted. Oh, Norris is all over me now. Deploy everything. This is going to be messy now into the last corner. Last lap as well. Come on. Come on, come on. Norris, don't pass me. Okay, I've got him covered. Just about. That was a little bit shaky. Oh, he's going for it. Jesus. He always go from such ridiculous places. Hamilton sets the fastest lap and he wins. As for me though, it is going to be a podium though. 3rd place. That was a tough race, Jesus Christ.
Thank you for all your hard work out there. That was a strong drive and a good finish. Well
It was
done.
a bloody good finish. It was a tough race.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a drive with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Right, so here is the full race results then. So Hamilton beats Verstappen to the flag. We come across the line in 3rd, just pipping Lando Norris to P4. I couldn't get him out of my DRS, and he was just so fast in a straight line. So we probably would have actually done well against Lando had we actually got out of DRS. We were overall faster, but yeah, the DRS just kept him in it. Leclerc finishes in 5th ahead of Sergio Perez. Alonso takes P7 with Bottas. Recovering to 8th place after starting 16th, and then it's the 2 AlphaTauris, Gasly and Tsunoda. Stroll, in fairness, did recover to P11 after starting in 19th, but his weekend was compromised because Giovinazzi is a prick. Moving on into the standings, then you can see we actually still lead the Drivers' Championship, but only by 4 points now, with Norris on 30 points, 10 points back. Then it's Verstappen, Alonso, Leclerc, Perez, Ricciardo, Bottas, and then Stroll. Your top 10, Gasly, Ocon, and Tsunoda, the other drivers in there with some points. Then in the Constructors' Championship, McLaren's lead at the top drops to just a point between myself and McLaren, with Mercedes now 5 points behind Red Bull, also in the mix. But we're going to go into the laptop now and get some big upgrades on this car, because I'm starting to see where it's good and strong and also weak. Right, so we're here then for the laptop section. Performance comparison, you can literally just lick my toenail, mate. We are going to make some upgrades. Apparently we've gone in front of McLaren. I don't know how we've managed to do that. We're literally still behind. Anyway, straight away, we're going to go to the aerodynamics and we're going to get this chassis weight reduction on for the front nose cone structure. It's a big upgrade, but we need it. And it's going to come on in time for the Spanish Grand Prix, I hope. Then we're going to go over to the aero. Now we had this upgrade on, which is awesome, but I still need a little bit. Can I afford it? I can. Some rear downforce, because we're just not quite there yet in terms of the rear stability. So we need a bit more onto the car. We've actually got both of the DRS upgrades on, which is awesome for the drag, and then there's the front downforce there. So I literally just have to do this upgrade, and hopefully it can upgrade some, change some more on that front. Again, we could do those, and then eventually we can't even get the hydraulics one yet, and then eventually we can go and get this rear underfloor tray. Power terrain side of things, we can't get the crankshaft yet, so we'll probably have to get one of these upgrades here to then unlock the next set, because we can't actually do it. So we'll have to do these upgrades in the near future. They're not too expensive. Maybe we could do them after the season break, and then the durability is something I'm not really concerned about. I'll just take penalties if needs be, and you know, it is what it is. Like, so let's get straight into the furthers. We've got 2 weekly resources coming up, an aerodynamic build time spec 2, that's banging. And then 2 sets of resource points. This actually should get us one of those power upgrades, actually.
Okay.
Let's have a nose.
We've had the new parts come through the fabrication process.
I've had no parts. Come on, you pagan. Power terrain. Can we get one of these on now? I'd rather do the ERS. Oh, we can. Let's do that then. Let's get an ERS upgrade on. Yeah, because there we go. It unlocks the crankshaft, look, which we can get more straight line speed then from the engine, because we're losing out on traction as well. So let's get the season break done. The diffuser upgrade is on. Lovely. Let's power on through. Resource points in, front nose cone structure. Come on. Yes, we got that onto the car. Perfect. And then the energy store cells. Boom. We're fully upgraded then. Ready for the next race.
Completed without issue.
Thanks, babes.
Ready for the next race.
Mate, honestly, I'll just kiss you. And we are now apparently the second fastest team by quite some little distance now over them. We can't see it on the graph just yet. But looking at the aero then, the diffuser additional straights comes onto the car, which doesn't actually allow me to make any further upgrades now. I've got to wait until we get to spec 3. We've maxed out the aero to what we can do, so perfect. Front nose cone structure, you can see now we've got plenty of upgrades we can do. We can do the hydraulics for the weight redistribution now, which is great. We can do the rear floor under tray. That's a big amount of points to have to spend. And then we've obviously got the roll dampers as well. Power terrain rise. The energy cell stall comes into an ERS upgrade, meaning we can now bung on this crankshaft, which we could do for before the Monaco Grand Prix, but I'd rather just, I think I've got enough time. Yeah, I got enough time to do all the upgrades and then get it bang on for Monaco. But why not? We'll bump it on now, actually. Why not? We might as well. It's not really needed for then, but it's on the car now. So yeah. Hopefully you guys, though, have enjoyed today's episode of my F1 2021 Road to Mercedes. If you have enjoyed it, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I'll catch you guys next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Take care all. Peace.